It's very versatile. We're able to do many things. That messes with quarterbacks and different offenses. And Coach Patricia just allows us to have fun and just play ball.
How does that suit you?
It suits me well because I'm a team player first, so it allows my teammates, my brothers, just to go out there, play free, and just ball out, and make plays.
Coaches have talked up your communication abilities on the field that have improved since last year. What goes into that so that you guys are all on the same page on the field?
Just like the confidence between confidence and the chemistry that me and Caleb, but just the defense in general has. And obviously, me taking that step from my freshman and sophomore year, confidence and communication is definitely something I had to work on. So being better at that was something that needed to happen in order for me to be on that field.
All of the starters on this defense are guys who were on the team last year. How much do you think that helps you guys in terms of that continuity?
Obviously I'm a first-year starter, but like everybody else that's out there on that field, they play with that confidence, and they've been in it before, so they know what it takes, and they've been in it.
And Coach Day was talking up Aaron Scott yesterday. What have you seen from him in terms of what he's bringing to this team?
He's a different look in his eye. He's been balling out. He's been buying into special teams, and he's been productive on it.
When you see a guy like flying down on kickoff coverage the way he is every time, what kind of impression does that make on you?
Him flying down on kickoff, that sets the tone, for the defense, and it gives us a lot of energy when he runs down there. He making plays, it sets us up real well on defense, and it gives us a lot of energy.
Jaylen, a lot of the teams you guys play talk about your ability to disguise your coverages really well. Does that ever get confusing for you guys? Like how do you balance confusing the other team without kind of like confusing yourselves?
I feel like disguising just gives obviously the offense a different look, but obviously when you really just study the defense, you're not really gonna get confused. You just know it's fun, just being in one coverage and popping out looking like something else. So it's cool.
How do you handle all that as a young guy? I remember there was a play in the Texas game where I think you were on the line of scrimmage and then you ended up as a middle player. And I don't know that I've seen a lot of sophomores do that. How do you handle all that?
The coaches trust me to do things like that, so I'm gonna give it my all, and I'm gonna just do what I got to do for that.
Against Washington, it was your first time playing against a guy that can really, really explode and run like that, especially at the quarterback position. How did you evaluate your play against someone that's so mobile and the quarterback?
I feel like I played well. It was my first real test with a real smaller, like they said, Kyler Murray type of quarterback. So I feel like we handled it well as a team, and I did my job in that.
You mentioned about being a first-year starter. How much more comfortable do you feel now going into Game 5 versus Game 1?
I feel a lot more comfortable. Obviously, the first game we had a lot of prep time for that going into Texas. The whole summer plan and obviously the game week. But going into Game 5, I feel a lot more comfortable. I've been in it. I've played home and away, and I went against different style of quarterbacks and different teams. So I feel like I'm comfortable now.
I know you came in here with high expectations for yourself, but just how good does it feel to kind of be that established starter now and have kind of stacked up some successful games now?
Just putting in the work. All the winter workouts, summer workouts, spring ball. Just getting 1% better every day, and it's still getting 1% better every day because I'm not a finished product, and it's just still the beginning of the season. So I still got stuff to work on, just working on getting better.
Jaylen, this quarterback y'all are going against Saturday is kind of the opposite of what you saw last week, right? He just wants to stand in the pocket. How much of a big switcheroo is it for the defense to get ready for a guy like this?
It's not much.
6'5", big dude.
It's not much of a difference. We're just regardless of who we play, it's just all about us. Play our game. No matter if he's in the pocket, running, we're going to be prepared for everything, and we're just going to play ball.
What stands out about their offense from your vantage point? Minnesota.
The quarterback. Obviously, we haven't really played like a pocket passer. He's he's a really good quarterback. He's in the pocket, he's able to get the ball at different spots. So we just got to work every day, just get prepared for that.
Hey, what is it like to be a part of this defense that just at times in games just gets a grip on the other team? You're still what I'm saying.
Yeah, it feels good. I feel like we are a well-balanced team. We have a good front seven. We have a good back end. I feel like, it's fun to play in there in this defense when you have a bunch of dogs in front of you. So it's cool.
Other than you, who is a guy that's caught your eye on this defense? Just one guy that has really risen in the first 4 games.
Caden Curry. He's been on that D-line. Obviously, he had a great game last week versus Washington. But people just don't know. He puts in that work every day in the practice field. I'm not surprised that he did anything like that on the field.
What's it like playing with a quarterback like Davidson, who comes back from last year, who went to the league, comes back? How's that helped you develop?
You know, obviously playing with a corner like Davison, you know, it makes my job a lot easier when you got guys on the outside, like Jermaine as well. But with Davison, you know, just being able to cover, you know, handle his own regardless of help or not, and, you know, make plays, get reroutes and stuff like that, it just helps me out. And, you know, the chemistry, as well as me playing with him for the first 4 games, you know, helps me out. And it's just going to get better than that.
Jaylen, they have put a lot of confidence in their freshman quarterback, Drake Lindsey. What have you guys seen on film that he does well that's going to present a challenge?
You know, we're going to be prepared for everything, but, you know, just being able to stand in the pocket and, you know, deliver the balls that he, you know, is able to make. And play is going to be a good challenge for us, but, you know, we're going to be ready.
Jaylen, thank you.
Thanks.
Yep.
Thanks, Joe.
Folks, we have Aaron Scott on the 10.
Take it easy.
Mike, favorite.